Hello YouTube and welcome to the second lesson of the course Copywriting from 0 in 30 days. In the previous episode we talked about copywriting and copywriters in general. We also talked about varieties of copywriters' text, which is called copy. Today we talk about the most important element in copywriting, the audience. In this lesson we will understand what the audience is, its needs, intentions, segments and groups. It is very important because, as we remember, a good copywriter primarily works with people, not with text. What is the audience? The audience is a person or people who can see or perceive our copy. In other words, these are the people we write for. If they can perform required action, for example, place an order and pay for it, then they are called the target audience. People who can read our copy have their needs. These needs are generally in a wide range, from biological ones and safety to love, esteem and self-actualization. All of them are sources of people's motivation and actions. A good copywriter always knows what needs are relevant for his audience in every specific task and knows how to satisfy them with the text. Audience intentions and types of the needs. Usually, all audience needs can be divided into two groups, conscious and subconscious. Conscious needs appear when a person knows what he or she is looking for and why. For example, a man wants to buy sunglasses for himself, or a woman wants to buy a lipstick. It is a clear intention. Both of them know how and why to use these products. But there are lots of sunglasses and lipsticks on the market. And for sure, there are some hidden selection criteria where a person chooses and buys a particular product and not its competitor. That's where subconscious needs come into play. Understanding these needs and criteria, we can meet the audience expectations and make our copy more effective. Subconscious needs are what the human brain wants, and they can differ from the conscious ones. Moreover, they are often not even recognized by the audience. So intentions in this case can be hidden behind a seemingly obvious search for a product. Previously we talked about safety, love, esteem and so on, and you probably recognize Maslow's hierarchy of needs here. But all of them can be classified into three main categories according to one of three basic instincts. The theory of basic instincts was consistently formed in the works of the legendary scientists Sechenov and Pavlov. Let's take a closer look at it. 1. Self-preservation instinct. This instinct is all about safety. Its derivatives are rationality, consistency, and craving for certainty. People with strong self-preservation instinct tend to choose the optimal and safest option possible, preferably with a guarantee. Therefore, they prioritize logical reasoning. Let's go back to the sunglasses example. A man under the influence of this instinct will take into account the following factors: the price and how reasonable it is, ultraviolet protection level, practicality and convenience, material safety and durability, etc. The same way we can reveal the subconscious needs for the lipstick. A woman with dominating self-preservation instinct pays attention to versatility, ease of applying, long-term lip safety, price, etc. 2. Social instinct. The main task of the social instinct is to preserve society and help humans find their place in it. Generally, its influence is very easy to indicate. When a person is concerned about what other people say or think about him or her, it is the effect of social instinct. When a person imitates others, expects approval and respect, it's the effect of social instinct as well. Finally, when a person looks through reviews of other people before buying product, this is also the effect of social instinct. Authority and social proof are key aspects here. That's why both men with sunglasses and women with lipstick, driven by social instinct, take into account the following factors: product popularity and conformity to fashion, side view in order to look like or no worse than others, confidence in the absence of condemnation and shame, reviews of experts, other buyers, celebrities, and so on. 3. Procreation instinct. This instinct makes people work on their attractiveness. Its main evolutionary task is to find a partner, procreate, and pass on genes to the next generations. When it comes into play, people tend to attract attention and stand out. It is a procreation instinct that leads the audience to consider our product as a means to achieve this goal. That's why people driven by this instinct pay attention to the following aspects: own emotions and anticipation the product evokes, feeling of attraction and uniqueness, appearance, how beautiful the product is, feeling of superiority over others, ways to impress and get attention, etc. When a person desires something very passionately but cannot substantiate it logically and rationally, this is a clear sign of the procreation instinct influence. By the way, it is the instinct that forces people to make spontaneous and impulse purchases. All three instincts are present in every person, but in varying degrees. Since we as copywriters work with a mass audience and don't know what instinct is dominating in particular reader, we try to take into account all three types of needs, covering them in parallel. That makes our copy more effective. Target audience segments. The same product or service can be sold to different segments of the audience. The segment is a big category of readers with common interests and needs. The most prevalent segments in copywriting are B2B and B2C. B2B or business to business is when one company sells goods or services to another. For example, wholesale deliveries of spare parts to service stations. B2C or business to consumer is when a company sells products and services to end user, a natural person. The man with sunglasses or woman with lipstick are good examples here. Target groups. Each target audience segment may contain its own subcategories of readers. These subcategories are called target groups. For example, we can sell office chairs to companies. This is a B2B segment, but in this segment there can be two different target groups. One, companies that buy chairs for their own use, for staff, and two, companies that buy chairs for resale. Similarly, target groups can be in B2C segment. Let's say we sell cameras. Then, for example, we can divide the audience into two target groups, amateurs and professionals. Identification of such groups allows us to make a targeted offer for each of them and thereby increase sales. Despite in segments and target groups human instincts are the same, the interests may be completely different. For example, in B2B segment, the interests of the business often take precedence. The most common of them are profit increase, cost reduction, image elements, etc. In the next lessons, writing the copy, we will primarily proceed from the interests and needs of the audience in particular segment and target group. That's it for today. Take care of yourself, subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.